Please rise to greet the bride. You may be seated. Welcome, everyone. Today we have the great honor of gathering to celebrate the love shared between Dan and Rachel. Let us begin with prayer. Gracious God, I give you thanks for this day and all of those gathered to celebrate and support Dan and Rachel as they share their love for one another in their wedding vows. We remember and honor those who cannot be here with us today, and I pray that you would help to keep us safe as we celebrate tonight. I give you thanks for the promises Dan and Rachel will make to one another in love this day, and for the love and grace you share so freely with us. Amen. Amen. Our ceremony will continue with some readings.
A reading from 1 Corinthians. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoings, but rejoice with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things.
Thank you.
Devoted by Lori Abrahai. My heart can be your home. My soul can be your refuge. You can turn to me when you are weak. You can call to me when the way is not clear. I will be your promise and your prayer. I will always be there, constant and complete. Run to me, reach out to me, and I will love you in a unique and tender way. Bring your love to me. Share your love with me. Sing your love to me, and I will offer you peace, ease, and comfort.
Thank you. I now have the privilege of sharing a few words with the couple, and of course those words have to start with A Whole New World, which is the song that Dan and Rachel sang together at karaoke on their first date, and the song that they sang last night at the rehearsal dinner, and the song that apparently they sing all the time when they go to karaoke. And the more I learned about Dan and Rachel and about this couple, the more fitting that song became. It became crystal clear, as the song says, that they were in a whole new world with each other. Dan and Rachel are a perfect example of how opposites attract, how worlds collide. Rachel has a strong sense of right and wrong, and Dan has a more analytical and examining approach to situations. Rachel's much more extroverted, and Dan is more introverted in nature. Rachel's into roller skating and crafts, and Dan is into coding and Dungeons and Dragons. In many ways, these two, they balance each other out. I don't know if you've ever heard about the olive theory from How I Met Your Mother. This idea that one person in the relationship likes olives and the other person doesn't. It creates this perfect balance in couples. I'm not sure if the olive theory is true for you two, but we did discover our own theory of balance in our time preparing for today. And I think I'm going to call it the sheet theory. And my wife and I, we fit into this theory as well, that one person likes the sheets as they should be, tucked in under the bed, right? You can tell where I'm at on this spectrum. And the other person untucks the bottom sheet, and so their feet can be free and breathe, right? Any other couples out there like that? Yeah? Well, Rachel and Dan fit into that theory, and you can ask them later tonight who's who in that picture. But despite all of their differences, Dan and Rachel, they balance each other out beautifully. And they've created a whole new world together, a world that you all are a part of. A world rooted in both of their deep concern and care for the truth and for love and for where they fit into the larger fabric of things. That's why we chose this passage from 1 Corinthians to read today, not because it's the classic wedding text, but instead because in its original context, it expresses a deep concern for our connectedness as human beings. In the English language, we only have one word for love. But in Greek, there are 7. I'll spare you all 7, but there's brotherly love and familial love and romantic love. And then there's this word, agape. This is the word used in the original Greek, which is what the New Testament was written in this reading from Corinthians. I made sure that Dan and Rachel knew, I ruined this text for everybody, that this reading, it's really not about romantic love. It's about a love bigger than we are even capable of. And they were okay with that, because as a couple, their love compels them to see the bigger picture, to crave a wider perspective, to genuinely to seek to understand, and to share love with others in this world. Their love rejoices with the truth and seeks to find what is true in one another and what is true about their place in the larger fabric. So my hope for you, Dan and Rachel, is that you would continue in this new world you've created together with a genuine curiosity rooted in love, and that you continue to offer one another peace, ease, and comfort along the way. Amen. And now, for the wedding part. Rachel, do you take Dan to be your husband? And do you commit yourself to him, to be responsible in the marriage relationship, to give yourself to him in love and work, to invite him fully into your being, so that he can know who you are, to cherish him above all others, to respect his individuality, encouraging him to be himself, and to grow together in companionship and love? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Here, we can do it into the mic.
I do.
There we go. And Dan, do you take Rachel to be your wife? And do you commit yourself to her, to be responsible in the marriage relationship, to give yourself to her in love and work, to invite her fully into your being so that she can know who you are, to cherish her above all others, to respect her individuality, encouraging her to be herself, and to grow together in companionship and love? If so, please say, I do.
I do.
We've come to the point of the ceremony where you get to share your vows with one another. But before you do that, I ask you to remember that love, which is rooted in faithfulness, trust, and acceptance, is the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. No other ties are more tender, no other vows more sacred than those you now assume. Rachel, please repeat after me. Dan, I choose you to be my partner in life.
Dan, I choose you to be my partner in life.
And in so choosing, I promise to be faithful to you.
And in so choosing, I promise to be faithful to you.
To encourage, support, and honor you in all that I do. To encourage, support, and honor you.
To encourage, support, and honor you
in all that I do.
In all that I do.
To strive towards our shared hopes and joys.
Strive towards our shared hopes and joys.
To be fully open.
To be fully open.
And honest with you.
And honest with you.
To grow with you.
To grow with you.
And learn from you.
And learn from you.
To love you as you love me.
To love you as you love me.
Through all hardship and sorrow.
Through all hardship and sorrow.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
Forevermore.
Forevermore.
And Dan, please repeat after me. Rachel, I choose you to be my partner in life.
Rachel, I choose you to be my partner in life.
And in so choosing,
I
promise to be faithful to you.
I promise to be faithful to you.
To encourage, support, and honor you.
To encourage, support, and honor you.
In all that I do.
In all that I do.
To strive towards our shared hopes and joys.
To strive towards our shared hopes and joys.
To be fully open.
To be fully open.
And honest with you.
And honest with you.
To grow with you.
To grow with you.
And learn from you.
And learn from you.
To love you as you love me.
To love you as you love me.
Through all hardship and sorrow.
Through all hardship and sorrow.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
Forevermore.
Forevermore.
All right. Could I have the rings, please? Thank you. I'll ask you to each grab. Wonderful. All right. The wind here. There we go. Rachel, please repeat after me. Dan, with this ring,
Dan, with this ring,
I marry you and bind my life to yours.
I marry you and bind my life to yours.
It is a symbol of my eternal love,
It is a symbol of my eternal love,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
Dan, please repeat after me. Rachel, with this ring,
Rachel, with this ring,
I marry you and bind my life to yours.
I marry you and bind my life to yours.
It's a symbol of my eternal love,
It's a symbol of my eternal love,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
May these rings exist as a reminder of the commitments you have shared today. The circle has long been a symbol of unending strength, without beginning or end, with no point of weakness. These rings represent your vows and your enduring love and partnership. Dan and Rachel, in the presence of your family and loved ones, it's my honor to pronounce you husband and wife. You may share your first kiss. Please stand and greet our newlyweds. Let us all go forth and celebrate Dan and Rachel's commitment and life together. The address is on your program. Woo!